Welcome to my Scrabble YouTube channel. This is Adam Henderson, and we're going to get right to it. In this game, it's the last game, game 6 of the one-day tournament I recently played in, and this is against Steven Alexander. Steven has graciously given me his racks, and he's even told me I'm allowed to roast him. I'm not sure I feel entirely comfortable with doing that. I don't want to get a bad reputation as being mean. So we'll see how that goes. One thing I did tell Steve when we were talking about this was just glancing at his racks, it looked like especially for the first half of the game, he was drawing particularly poorly. So I would probably say that he didn't play poorly. But we will find out. I didn't write down my first rack, but I did play Aloe. And I'm not entirely sure where I played this, but I would guess I played it here, to avoid putting a vowel next to a double letter score. That's probably what happened. He plays, okay, let's take a look. He has A, O, O, B, F, G. So I'm not sure what you do with this rack. Before I take a look at computer options, since I know his rack, maybe I'll take a shot at what I would do here and explain my reasoning. So BFG, none of those tiles are particularly good. I think probably I only scored 8 points. I think he can get away with his exchanging here. I think I would exchange 7. So that's what I would do. Let's see what the computer suggests. So goof is the best play by equity. I actually agree with that. ABBA is a strong leave. I think goof actually is better than exchange 7. I just didn't look at the position long enough to find goof. Anyway, what does he play? He plays aloof, which isn't on the options here. Bag seems like a not great leave. I guess I'm already roasting him. I actually didn't mean to. But here we are. All right. But hey, you gave me permission to roast you. What do you want? So Iron comes down. And his next is vegetable. His next rack is vegetable. He plays not veg. He plays bagel. So he plays that here probably, right? For 23. It's 24. So he miscounts bagel as 23. I usually don't, like, when I'm playing 1800 players, I don't check that they're scoring things correctly. Maybe I should. Put your thoughts down below. Should I always check the score of every play a 1800 player makes? I'm going to go ahead and say no. I shouldn't do that because 25 minutes might seem like a long time, but it's really not. It's really not, especially if you're as deliberative and nervous as I am. But hey, if you're the one that does that, more power to you. I play, or my rack here is HXANFUL. Yep, that is what I played, right? No, that's not what I played. I played FAH for 34. I guess my thinking was that locks and XU would come down next turn. And if it doesn't come down next turn, maybe I'll have an even bigger spot for the X. That's often what I think. Whenever I have a power tile on my rack, I always try. Sometimes this gets too fancy, but I always try to save it for next turn, because a lot of time an even better spot for the power tile will materialize. And this rack, a lot of times if you do want to get rid of the power tile right away, it's because the rest of your rack is bingo ready. And of course this rack is not at all bingo ready, so I just wanted to play Fa here, which I think is defensible. Okay, let's see what his next rack. EEEONVS. Oh, it's not terrible. So what does he play? He plays ovens for 24. Is that on the list here? It's not on the list. Where does ovens play for 24? Here? So that's kind of a weird... I mean, I know there's 3 S's and 2 blanks out. Maybe he was a little bit too worried of me bingoing with my own S after Fa. Hooking aloes, because this is... If I have an S, then it's probably a good thing to worry about that spot being taken and playing a bingo here. So that's probably what he was thinking. Steven, if you're watching, you can tell me why you would burn the S so quickly. Let's see here. Yeah, Nev, that looks good. I think that's probably right. But anyway, he plays ovens. Is that 2 U's? Oh, it looks like it's a U and a V. Yeah, so that wasn't a great draw. And here I do just plunk down XU, which I think is right. I also have the LIK combination to potentially in the future hit something ending in the word like, which is always beautiful if you can land a word ending in like on a Scrabble board, especially as a bingo. Let's see here. Alright, let me write down his rack. Geeeciny. So he's not doing great with the draws, but not terrible either. I think his goal here is he's getting pretty close to bingo rack, so it's not going to happen on this turn, but he should. His number one priority should be getting rid of one of the E's, the C, and the Y, or at least, the very least, just the E and the Y. So how can you do that? You can play... Actually, as far as just the E and the Y, I'm not seeing anything great. Maybe just I here is what I might do, but this isn't good because the E doesn't go well with the ing. So what else? Let me close this first so I don't get... I don't want to look at the analyzer. I don't want to be... I want to see what I would do first here. This maybe just getting rid of the G, because normally if I get ing on my rack, my first instinct is to keep ing. A lot of times that can actually be a mistake if it's a closed board, and this is a relatively close board, so I think I want to get rid of the G actually. So in that case, I'd want to get rid of G-E-Y. So something like gay right here, G-E-Y is what I would do. So let's take a look at the analyzer now. GY for 19 is what I would do. Jens. Oh, wow. For 39, that would have... I missed the Covens hook. Oh, yeah. Jens is 100% the play. And then Guyve. Yeah, Guyve is fine. That's better than my GEY. All right. Let's see here. Oh, I gotta figure out what he actually did. He played Guiney for 23. Okay, it's the fifth. At least by equity, it's the fifth best play. Steven said he went over it with Macondo. I think sometimes going over games with Macondo can be a little bit intense because Macondo is like the very, very best you could possibly be. And it can just make you feeling like you're not a good Scrabble player. So I would advise people to maybe not use Macondo all the time. So he plays Guiney. Alright, so here I played Oik for 35. Where does that play? Oh, right here. I had Neural for 43. That is way better than Oik for 35. That's like light years above Oik for 35. That plays 3 more letters and scores 8 more points. This is 100% the play. This play is cute, but it's not anywhere as good as neural. In fact, I'm not even sure I knew that word was a word earlier. Let me check that one. Okay, I have seen it, but it's not one that I would have known to play. But anyway, I played Oik, which it's not the end of the world. It scores decent enough. It just wasn't a good play. So Cub, okay, his next play was Cub for 11. At this point in the game, I was getting a little bit suspicious because he made several plays that, for his level, didn't score that much. And when I say I was suspicious, I guess I was assuming that he was about to bingo. Because this is like 5 plays now for him to groom his rack. So I did not see noob because I forgot wovens was a word. Yeah, that ovens play was tricky because there's all sorts of hooks to oven that I just did not see. What did I do here? Or was this his play? This is his play. So he must have... Okay, so he was the one that missed wovens. I probably would have missed it too. So on wet's the same thing. You just have to see wovens. Web, same thing. Cubs, same thing. He has to see covens. What did he play? He played Cub for 11. Yeah, Cub here plays for 25. Where does Cub play for 11? Cub for 11. Is that 11 right here? Okay, he must have played it there. It's a weird play. I just realized that the random rack it gave me has wood mice through the C. I probably would have seen that if that was my actual rack. No, that wasn't what happened in the game. Let's see. So I had LURNSTN. And so I have my pick of a lot of really low scoring plays. And I went with what I usually do in this type of position. I just try to, especially with two blanks out and a Z, uh, just play off as many letters as possible. And so I went with runts for 19. And he has on move 6 wit, EENY. And he plays Twiney. Where does Twiney even play? I like this play of Weenie because he's holding a T to hook Tweeny. Where does Twiney even play? It's not on the list of top 20. Hold on, I'll have to pause. So he played Twiney here for 21. Yeah, if he's gonna play here, he might as well just keep the T. Because, well, actually, there's 4 T's out, so he kind of was assuming or too afraid that I had a T. I don't think I actually did have a T, but maybe I did. Let's see what my rack was. Yeah, I did have a T, but it wouldn't have mattered because I had no vowels. Yeah, 5 tile draw with no vowels. But funny enough, even though I didn't have any vowels, it looks like most of my plays are going to be to play through this rack. I don't think Bortz is going to be the right play. This probably is the right play, but let's see what I played. Yep, that is what I played, was ft. So that probably telegraphs to him that I either have one vowel or no vowels. And he has this rack, so now he has a little bit too many vowels. And he plays Dev for 30. Where does Dev play for? Oh, okay. Yeah, alright, so Dev's actually the 3rd best move, but it's the highest scoring move. I think by this time he's wanting to just score better. Oh, look at, I didn't even notice the score. Like, look at that. I'm up 177 to 113. Yeah, so at least, so I can understand him wanting to score, even though it's probably not the best to score. It's better to play off more tiles just because. So Pogoed here is probably the correct move because he needs to draw a blank or an S or a Z. That's what he needs to do. All right. So yeah, he plays Dev. Excuse me. Yeah, and then Zeta comes down because why not? Even though it floats the Z, it just scores not too much to not play that. Let's see. Oh, so he does draw the blank here. After that 2 trial draw, he draws the blank. Okay, so he misses hen coop. I imagine he wouldn't just forego playing a bingo here. So he misses hen coop there, and he misses con tempo there. Both words, I'm sure. He would probably tell you he should have found. All right. So I'm not sure. Maybe he was low on time, and that was why he missed those. But he plays coup. So if you're not going to play bingo, that's like the 3rd best play. And I guess his thought was he was hoping to bingo on column O, but the problem is this board is so closed, and that's, well, I guess I could play to the Z. So in fact, it's probably the most likely is I'm gonna hit that Z, and then he was thinking he was gonna bingo on column O, and then hopefully for a lot of points. Let's see what happens. So I had no way of hitting the Z. I did find this top play of numeral. So what his next rack is. So this was probably his biggest mistake in this game, was this rack right here. Because he had two blanks, but he also just forwent the bingo. Correct me, chat, or not chat, but correct me in the comments, or let me know if I used forwent correctly. So here he should bingo. He should absolutely bingo. He shouldn't pass up a bingo. There was a reason he forwent bingoing, but I'm not entirely sure. I think he told me, but then I don't remember what he said. So what did he do here? He plays PE. He had some idea here, but I'm not sure what it was. PE for 18. So I'm going to switch this to PE. Let's see if I can find where PE plays for 18. Okay, he plays it there. I'm not entirely sure what was going on there, but my next rack was this. Of course I play Ritz. And he does bingo in this next one. And he plays Joinder for 96. Very, very good. Yeah, I wouldn't have found that. That would have been amazing. I didn't find that though. I played Vimen, which is the second best play. He plays Air. I think by this time, is he just lost? No, he's only down 38 points, so he's not lost. I was gonna say maybe he's throwing in the towel, but down 38 isn't that territory yet. So he plays Air. So this is actually the best play here, probably, of R forming Cuber. Scores. Oh, let me see what his rack was. Okay, so this is why he wanted to get rid of an I, because he had two of them. So here still the best play is, instead of getting rid of the A, it gets rid of an I with Ray. Yeah, I agree. That's probably the best play. Funny enough, he plays the second best play here with Air. I'm not entirely sure why that's the second best play, but we're already over on time. We're 23 minutes, so we're going to just wrap this up. Okay, so this must have been very frustrating to him, because he has good chances after keeping whatever he left, IRSE. He has good chances to bingo, but then of course he has to draw the Q, and that kind of screws everything up for him. And he also draws the W, which also he probably didn't want. At least not, if he's going to draw the Q, he's not going to want to draw the W with it. Yeah, keeping one in the bag, probably good idea here, even though you're missing out on 9 points. just to keep some uncertainty. Because when you clear the bag, it makes it a lot easier for me to calculate the end game and make sure that I have 100% win. So yeah, I would have played QI instead of QIS for 9 more points. But that does... Oops, that was not my play. What was my play here? Where does Ag play? Alright, I got pause. So Ag plays there, keeping adult. I'm not sure what I was thinking, but okay. So he has QIS for 38. Let's see if that changes anything. No. So here he's actually bypassing 11 points instead of 9 points, so that makes it a little bit more tempting to play QIS than just QI here. But I guess the bot is saying it's still more accurate to play QI, which probably is right. Let's see here. Oh, okay, yeah, I had this rack. I just plopped down the S. He plays Wii for 19. I played Lid for 22. And he goes out with Nerd for 18. And that's the game. I won the game 379 to 372. Early in the game, he misscored one of his play. I think it was Bagel. He misscored it by 1, so the score we accepted was 372 to 379. That 1 point wouldn't have mattered. Thankfully for me, he didn't request a recount. He probably counted all of my plays, so he was probably fairly confident that, you know, he counted his own plays correctly, and he also counted my plays, so that was probably why he didn't feel like he needed a recount. But yeah, I know Steven likes to watch my videos, especially if I'm going over one of his games. I hope I tried my best to not roast you too hard, but at the same time give my thoughts. And so please, Steven, write any thoughts you have in the comments. And yeah, thanks for watching, everyone, and wish me luck at Nationals. I guess I'm not going to try to stress out too much about it. I'm at the bottom of the list, the bottom seed, basically. I'm not expected, at least in terms of the expectations, I'm like only expected to win 11 games. If I can win that many, I think I'd probably be just fine with that. And so main thing is to enjoy myself and try to take pictures of the games so I have good interesting games against the very top players to go over with you guys after the tournament, and hopefully continue to grow my channel. Until then, I'll see you after the tournament. See you in Cedar Rapids, everyone that's playing. Take care.